maybe general thoughts on the season, and then we can get into the specific episodes.
Yeah.
So, do you want to start with like your general thoughts and what you feel like were the highlight, or like maybe like how you just felt in general about the season, whether you thought it was overall good or overall bad?
Yeah. So I thought, just like every Rick and Morty season, some episodes were obviously better than the others. I thought the first half of the season was a bit different than what we were used to. Specifically, like the dragon episode we were watching earlier,
goodness.
and it was like taking us down a completely different path, of humor, which I appreciated at times, but it was definitely different than what we were used to. If anybody knows which episode we're talking about,
that was interesting.
I don't know if we want to get into it too much, but it was just a lot different, which I appreciated them, taking a different avenue.
And maybe when we get into specific episodes, I have some interesting thoughts on that episode and why I think they did that episode and what the satire and stuff was emphasized on. Let's get to these guys and help them out.
Yeah, for sure.
We're gonna go up to here real quick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to take this high ground, or we can get him. Is he coming back to us? No. Yeah, we're gonna get to this and then we're gonna zip up. So was it naughty humor? Yes, it was.
I would say I appreciated. I think the last 3 episodes of the second half of season 4, maybe even the best. Okay, where are we going? Yeah,
we're gonna go up this way.
I think they like really ended on a strong note and.
Press E.
Oh gosh.
Up and then E.
Oh. There we go. I know there were some people that, had some gripes with the first half of the season and even the start of the second half. But I think they really kind of, made up for it with the ending. Where are we going here?
I'm just kind of trying to see where everyone is.
Okay. We don't want to jump down.
No.
I think they really made up for it with the ending of the season in the last couple episodes.
I agree with you.
I think, personally, I thought the last...
I didn't even have to tell you.
Never mind. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I personally laughed, a ton at the last couple episodes. I thought they were just dropping a really good amount of pretty solid punchlines.
Alright, get your Z out.
Okay, well, here we go.
Z. Alright, you ready? Here.
Oh god.
Jump.
Oh no!
Jumping straight. Just jumping straight. Get here. Q.
What's that?
Escape.
Oh, no.
Q. Okay. Now we're gonna go into it. Press 4. Okay.
Again?
Yep. I'm pressing it. We're gonna heal him up. Over here, we're gonna get these guys. Oh, let's get them, boys! Alright, R.
Is he, down?
R. Yep, we assisted with that. That's good.
Give me my shields to reach.
Alright, yep, keep us moving, just keep moving while you're doing it. One more.
Oh no. Sorry, I'm definitely...
You're good. Now hold down, press 5 actually.
Okay. It was 5.
Oh, no, we don't have any. Press 4 again. 4 again. So 5 would just prioritize heals, like health instead of shields. So if you press 5, it'll just... Versus 4 does whatever's in that slot. Yes, they are.
Oh,
press it one more time. Just keeps moving. Oh my goodness, guys. This is crazy. We did pretty decent. Okay.
Some homies over there.
Okay, we're gonna go to where he is, so we're just gonna go down this way.
Let's check out this way.
But what about you? What did you think about the overall season and even the split in the season?
So I think in my opinion, the season originally, I think one of the biggest issues is people kind of put Rick and Morty into a box for this going into this season. Let's press G.
Throw my grenade.
Alright, now so I think a lot of people made their minds up of what the show is going to be like going into the season. So I think a lot of people were disappointed in the beginning because they were like, oh, this isn't really what I thought the show was going to become. So they were kind of like, wow, this is not the same thing and therefore bad. Oh, we got one down, boys. Come on.
Are you down?
I like that boosted noise that gun makes. I know it's so.
Oh
it's
no,
so.
we're down right now. Huh?
Oh,
Oh,
but we
no.
got 2 downs.
Did we get
Yeah.
credit for him?
No.
Or were they assists?
One was an assist, and then the other one was he got down, but didn't. The team didn't
Oh
quite.
man. Oh wow, that guy actually.
They were, but they
Okay.
were both all the way over the plate. All
That's
the way.
true. That's true.
So I think like going into like this season, I think a lot of people were like, oh, they were, and we talked about this a little bit. They were like going into it, and there was the idea of like the evil Morty, and there was the idea of like all of these different like plot developing things, and people were like, oh, they're gonna pay these off. We're waiting for like. I think because even though the 3 seasons have been like kind of all over the place anyway, I think we were kind of expecting because of some of the things that we found interesting and like people started to theorize about stuff. I think we expected the new season to dive deeper into the existing premises that have been established, right? And a lot of people like source the fact of like when they like. When they left their universe and went into the other universe in the first season as like a proof that they do connect the episodes, right?
Yeah.
But in reality, I think they actually, I do think they have created things that they could expand upon. But I also think at the same time, even if they want to do those things, I don't feel like they want to make that the priority of the show. I don't think they want the show to be too linear because. I mean, you can look at it this way. If they're trying to do like 7 seasons, whether it's 7 total or 7 from now, like they probably want to really grow. Like they probably want to grow their fan base still. And one of the benefits of a show like this is that you can come in on any episode, and you can watch it and be like, "This was an awesome episode." And that's kind of a benefit of Rick and Morty. That's kind of what it's let it grow. Is you don't have to start at episode 1. It's not episodic to a fault. So maybe I feel like that's one of the big things that they were trying to continue is just like, okay, we'll expand on some things, some places, but really we just want to like make each episode fun. We want to tell a different story that's isolated in it, which is another reason why you don't see too much character development within the character. And sometimes it feels a little bit like they retcon character development. Because really, I mean, it is supposed to be they do want it to be individual cases. You can jump in, watch an episode that you enjoy, and not feel like you're like being pulled away from like a general overlying plot.
Yeah. Okay, real quick, where are we gonna drop?
We're gonna hold E.
Yeah.
And we're gonna drop hot.
This might be a good place to land.
Whoa.
So I think like that's kind of my general thought. So I think a lot of people were disappointed in this season because a lot of people thought that it was gonna become more payoffy. But reality, they probably don't want to do that. At least not yet. Just spam that. Just spam forward and E. Get these guns. And then, and so I think that was kind of like the issue with it. Is that like I think a lot of people were disappointed that there wasn't enough like linear storytelling at the end of by this new season.
Oh no.
Oh, clever, dude. That's fine.
Alright, that was on accident.
Oh, push forward.
Reloading.
Back up. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh! Move forward. We're gonna get this first.
Get him! Let's go!
We got a kill,
How do I do
boys.
this?
E.
I got
Fully.
you.
Oh, let's go.
I'm back. Sorry, man.
Oh
No
no!
worries.
Oh no!
Reloading.
Jump. Just keep jumping.
Reloading.
Oh, we almost got him too.
That was so close.
Dude.
Good.
We're getting
we
it,
got
we're
one.
getting it, we got one.
kill.
So we got your goal. Now
That's
we gotta
right.
get my goal.
We're getting there.
Hey, there we go. I know, man. That was crazy.
But like touching on your point, like I think they did do a good job. Like a brand new viewer can totally hop in season 4. You don't really need to know like what the storylines are because they're
Right.
not like that strong.
Right.
Kind of, sometimes they do connect in some ways, and we actually found that in the season finale.
Yes.
They brought back, and I'm sorry if we're getting into spoilers,
Oh,
but
we're
the
gonna do it.
season finished last night, so you should all be caught up.
Oh, yeah.
But they brought back the Beth clone, which we actually still don't really know
Which one?
which
was
one was which was the real
Right.
Beth or which was the real clone. But like you can, they still tie it into previous seasons and previous episodes.
Right.
But you can definitely just hop in a random episode
Yeah.
and just enjoy it for what it really is.
Yeah.
So
I definitely agree with that. By the way, Woods and Trails will be streaming till about 8 o'clock, so feel free, stick around till then if you want to hop on after. I can raid you after that if you want to. So if you start streaming at 8, I can just raid right into it, so all the people from here can hop into yours. I haven't done a raid yet, so it's a perfect opportunity to try it out. So we'll do that. So if you feel like streaming at 8, I can just push them in. Shove these boys in here. Shove all 3 of you.
yeah.
No. In the mixer, yeah. So I think like it's a good balance of each episode is its own isolated incident. At the same time, there's enough rewarding payoffs for characters. Like an example would be like Mr. Poopy Butthole coming
in the
heist episode.
Yep.
They had that payoff. They had Phoenix person come out. That was another payoff
Back
for
from Burke person.
yeah. And you had like the clone bass. So like there are enough payoffs. Even like some episodes reference other episodes. It's kind of like, okay, if you are watching the other episode, you're gonna get more value from it. But at the same time, if you're showing someone new, they can come in, they can have a really fun time, and then that can turn them on to watching the other episode. And then they can come back and they can rewatch that episode with a newfound respect because they can have some of that, some of those layers to it. We should try it. I'll try it. Yeah, man, let's do it.